你好, and welcome to today's lesson on how to ask questions in Chinese. In this video, we'll cover the basics of asking questions in Chinese and provide you with a lot of useful examples that you can use in your daily conversations. I don't want to overwhelm you with all 10 question words, so I will teach you 5 of them in this video and another 5 in part 2 video. Let's start with the simplest and the most common of them all, the ma question. If you want to ask questions that start with do, does, am, is, are, can, could, will, would, have, has in Chinese, the easiest way to do it is simply say the sentence and then tag ma to the end of your statement. For example, if you want to say, do you like eating Chinese food? Before we make the Chinese question, let's take a look at this English sentence. So this question starts with a do, and there's no real question word in this question. Real question words as in what, who, where, how, which. So like I said, if there's no real question word in this question, then we use the ma at the end of the statement to make into a Chinese question. So if we want to say, do you like eating Chinese food in Chinese? Then we think about the statement first, which is, you like eating Chinese food. How do we say that? 你喜欢吃中国菜. And then we just simply add the ma at the end of this statement to make it a question. Do you like eating Chinese food? 你喜欢吃中国菜吗? Literally translation is, you like eating Chinese food? Isn't that easy? Give you another example. If you want to say, is he your friend? So what do we do first? Let's think about the statement first. So the statement should be, he is your friend. So we say, he is your friend, and then simply add ma at the end of the statement to make it into a question. 他是你的朋友吗? Is he your friend? Literally translation is, he is your friend? Next example. Can you help me to get a cup of coffee? So what is the statement sentence here? You can help me get a cup of coffee. 你可以帮我买一杯咖啡. Then we need to add ma at the end of this sentence to make it a question, a can you question. So you say, 你可以帮我买一杯咖啡吗? Can you help me buy a cup of coffee? Next example. If you want to ask, will you go to China in February? In Chinese, we say, you, February, go to China. Generally, we put the time word right after the subject. So we say, you, February, will go to China. 你2月会去中国. That's the statement sentence. So if we want to make it into a question, what do? You say, 你2月会去中国吗? Just put the ma at the end of the statement to make it into a question. One more example for you. If you want to say, have you been to China? So we say the statement sentence first. You have been to China. And then we simply add ma at the end of that sentence to make it into a question. So you have been to China is 你去过中国. 过 is the indicator for perfect past tense. You have been to somewhere. You have done something. You don't need to translate it. So you have been to China. 你去过中国. Then we add the ma at the end of the sentence to make it into a question. Have you been to China? 你去过中国吗? 你去过中国吗? So let's just quickly review. When do we use ma? So we use ma for the questions that start with do, does, am, is, are, can, could, will, would, have, has. These questions. Do you understand now? 你明白了吗? And of course, not all questions in Chinese simply require ma at the end. That'll be too easy. So let's start with the basic question word, 什么, which means what. This question word is probably one of the most popular ones, and it will certainly become a go-to for almost any conversation in Chinese. For example, if you want to say, what did you say? You can say, 你说什么? 你说什么? Or what do you want to eat? 你要吃什么? 你要吃什么? Next, we have the question word shéi, which means who. This question word is all about people. Your Chinese learning journey will no doubt put you in contact with lots of new people, so inevitably you will be asking and talking about others. For example, if you want to ask, who is she? You can say, 她是谁?她是谁? Or, who is your best friend? 谁是你最好的朋友? 谁是你最好的朋友? Or, if you want to say, who wants to go to Starbucks with me? You can say, 谁想跟我去星巴克? 谁想跟我去星巴克? Now let's look at the question word 哪里, which means where. This is a locational related question word, so use it for getting around, understanding where things are situated. In Mandarin, you can either use 哪里 or 哪儿 for where. 哪儿 is more commonly used in northern China, especially in Beijing. Both are acceptable, so don't stress about it. Just pick one and start asking where. For example, if you want to ask, where do you live? You can say, 你住在哪里? Or 你住在哪儿? If you want to ask, where are you going? 你要去哪儿? 你要去哪里? The last question word for today is 哪个, which means which. Most of the time, you can use 哪个 for which. But the measure word needs to change if the noun in the sentence has a specific measure word with it. I'll give you 3 examples for you to understand better. The first one is 哪个饮料是你的? Which drink is yours? 哪个饮料是你的? For 饮料 beverage, we just use the general measure word 个. For example, one beverage, 一个饮料. So when we ask which beverage is yours, you use 个 in that question. 哪个饮料是你的? 哪个 as in which in this question. Second example, 哪部手机比较好? 哪部手机比较好? So 手机 means phone, and the specific measure word for 手机 is 部. So one phone, 一部手机. 一部手机. So in this question, which is not 哪个 anymore, it's 哪部. Depends on the noun in the sentence. 哪部手机比较好? One more example for you. If you want to ask which dress looks better, you can say 哪条裙子更好看? 哪条裙子更好看? So measure word for 裙子 is 条. So if you want to say one dress is 一条裙子. So the question word which in this question is not 哪个 anymore, is 哪条. 哪条裙子更好看? And this measure word 条 is specifically for long, narrow things. So you can use 条 for dress, 裙子. You can use 条 for pants, 裤子. And also scarf, 一条围巾. 你明白了吗? I hope you understand how to use which now after my explanation. Thank you for watching this Chinese language lesson on how to ask questions in Chinese, part 1. In part 2 video, we'll cover the question words when, why, how much, how many. If you have any questions or comments, please feel free to leave them in the comment section below. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next video.